And that same year, 2014, I met our leader. The first day I spoke on Radio Biafra, our leader said, this is one of us. Now, why am I saying this? I'm not trying to say this maybe to extol myself, to say I am this, I am that. I don't have any position in IPOB. I don't know if many of you know about it. I don't have one single position, right from onset. I've rejected being a coordinator of Igbocha severally. Ask the Igbocha coordinator then. Now, what am I trying to say? Back in those days, because I refused to gossip to Uche Mefor, I become his enemy. Now, what are those things you want to know? How can you pass through? Your leader is there, the person you're deputizing, anything he does not tell you, I think he doesn't want you to know it, because there are ways this man behaves. This man only wants you to know what you know and allow other people to know what they know. Because he cannot just have all this information. I know people don't have any secret. They don't have anything at the backyard. There's nothing they are hiding. You don't hide anything. But some people feel they want to know it all. Now let me hit the nail by the head. I want to hit the nail by the head. Immediately, we were unable to start gossiping and making backyard talks to Uche Mefor. All of us become his enemy. Both me, Chidebere and Uche. It is only those who were actually gossiping with him were very close to him. Now, I keep on asking this same question. Does it mean that Uche Mefor was actually working with the leader and not knowing who he is? Now, let me digress a little bit. When I joined IPOB, that was at the heat of Transmitter Saga. Okay, I joined IPOB and we met the heat of Transmitter Saga. This Transmitter Saga, I was like, a new member. Hit all these kind of problems and all that. Transmitter, this man, transmitter money, transmitter money, this happened and this did not happen. Even the so-called written above, that idiot. That's idiotic woman that keeps on writing, ranting everywhere. Now, I didn't even know that I'm going to be the one to bring that transmitter. I didn't know. Now, I was, let me say, I was the driver to our leader, Martin. I was his driver and also his personal assistant. Then, not now anymore. I love monitoring people. I love monitoring people. I learn from silence. A lot of accusation, counter-accusation, our leader is into one juju things or the other because they were unable to understand who he is. Now, I keep on monitoring this man. I was learning from him in silence. They say our leader belongs to one kind of occultic stuff. I put him to test several times. I have put our test. Day one, there was this test I put him into. He said, Satan, get behind me. That's what he said. I laughed in my spirit. I will come to that. I have tried and looked at our leader. A man that does not go anywhere. If he's here, he's here. If he's out there, he's out there. I keep on monitoring. When they were accusing him of this transmitter, is this man really, have this man ever had this transmitter money or what? But at the tail of everything, if he finished making calls, I notice he feels worried. This man slims down. That particular time, that 2014. This man macheted because the accusation was so much. Even those who packaged this transmitter was still accusing him. You were the one that packaged it. He was not the one that packaged it. Finally, somebody called Ogranyobi Adiocha. That one is also one idiot that is ranting now. One idiotic man, that man, Ogranyobi Adiocha. He's a foolish man. Ogranyobi Adiocha. He's in Sweden then. I don't know the country is now. Brought a contact. Denka, clearing and forwarding. Denka. Yes, thank God. They gave him money to make sure this thing works out and that happened. And I was sent January 2015 with one of my to meet somebody in Lagos. I went to Lagos. I stayed in Lagos for 3 good weeks. No headway. My uncle called me and said, Bright answered. He said, be careful. There are hands in that container. I have a very spiritual, strong uncle, very spiritual, very strong indeed. Very strong indeed. He said, somebody's hand is in that computer, in that container. They took the number of that container and gave it out to the Nigerian government. That was the reason why the container couldn't come out. They seized the container. Sorry, the demurrage on that container becomes so much because they couldn't. This one will go, nothing happens. This one will go, nothing happens. They ended up in selling that transmitter to a Yoruba man. A Yoruba man bought that transmitter and we went back. They are asking us to pay, I think it's about 15 million naira to clear that container. But they sold that container to a Yoruba man for 1.5 million naira. 1.5. Our leader bought back the container. He bought it back. I didn't know how they did it, but he bought it back and sent me to go and have it in the Yoruba man's name. And I went there, and for 3 months they missed a number. 3 weeks they mixed a particular number that warranted the man, Chief Isaac, in Denka, clearing and forwarding. He asked me to go back. He said, the old man was asking me, what is wrong with this? It's as if there is a spiritual attack on this container. What is all this kind of nonsense? How can somebody omit this kind of bold number written on this container? Bold number written. Those numbers, I think it's about 6 or thereabout number. Those bold number written. Container number, that is what it's called. How can somebody mix this number? Is it a chassis number or engine number? The one asked me to go back. And I left. And went back to Gocha. Came back to Gocha. And after every February, I think the second week of February, or third week of February, they called me again to say, oh yeah, come, it's ready. I said, are you sure? He says, sure. Then our leader is already in London. I went in there, 3 days, I got the container out. The container was given to me. Begasuya, there's a place called Begasuya along that Apapa Road. That was where they packed it. They brought it out and packed it there. I went there and met them. Our leader said, video this container. Are you sure? He said, Bright, are you sure that this container, that transmitter is inside? He said, how is the description? Please, I want to see the video. This man was so furious and so anxious to see that is that. He said, is it a blue container? I said, he said, how is the handle? Is there any key in it? Is it like this? I said, yes, sir, it's like that. But I told him that there is like they open the key is open. He said, okay, what are you seeing? I said, I'm seeing something like a foam. He said, pick very well. What can you see? I said, I'm seeing something like the man was. He said, hey, that was this man's word. He said, okay, do a short video, send the video to me and a copy to Iruanya, which I did. And the Hayab, because it's a small, not this kind of big container, the Hayab took it down to the destination, Ehiala, where the Nigerian government later on took it. Why did I call Obioma a thief? The money that was given to him to clear the container, to pay for everything. Ogaraya went and used that money to clear his own container. That made our leader to be angry. Now I was the one that went to see the man himself, and the man narrated all the stories. It was because of Ogaraya's greediness that made the Nigerian government to take over our container. It was because of the problem Ogaraya had with that Chief Isaac in Denka that made them to leave. The man went and reported this issue to the government that led to the seizure of that same container. That same Ogaraya is somewhere ranting. That man called Ogaraya. Now that's one side. Now, this container was, our leader said, don't open this container because I want to witness this container by myself. And he came back. And we flooded the container, did a short video, and the transmitter is inside. We removed all the household appliances that was in there. The container has stayed so long, so started soaking in water. The computers, all that got damaged, television, washing machine that they packed with the foam, all those things got damaged. Even phones that was in there got damaged. We didn't even use any of them. Now we move on. people are still talking about transmitter. I didn't know I would be the one to build the transmitter. And that's the reason why I was arrested. That transmitter. When they took that transmitter from Maduka's, Benjamin Madubugo's compound, they started looking for me. After 1 year, when our leader was arrested, and after 1 year, October, sorry, I made the mistake sometimes, I said September, October 14th, 2016 was when 2015 was when our leader was arrested, and the same October 2016, October 14, 2016, that was when I was arrested because of this issue of container. But initially, those who arrested me said, "You are an Avenger." I was like, Avenger? I've not even seen Avenger in my eye. And I got the business of my life because of Avenger. Bryce, you're an Avenger. It was when I now finally got to Abuja that I knew that my offense was because of a transmitter. The man that was in charge of that case, I wouldn't want to mention his name, took me, they chained my 2 hands and my legs like a dog or donkey, or maybe like crocodile, because you know crocodile is both the tail and the teeth is too dangerous, so they used to tie the mouth and the tail together. And here when I came out of came, you know the way if you want to tie a dog, you must cross a stick on his teeth before you can tie it, because it's very dangerous. These people took me to the container. They said, "Do you remember this? They've already changed the color from blue, sky blue, to white." They now said they said the reason why they changed because the thing is rusting. They don't have to paint it white. I said, "This is not the color of." I recognize the container actually, but that's not the color of transmitter I imported. I cleared from. I took delivery of from the Apapa Wharf. They said, "Yes." Then I explained. We repented it because the thing is rusting. And I said, they said, "Can you acknowledge there is a transmitter inside?" I said, "I will not acknowledge there is a transmitter because open it so I can acknowledge it because I know the transmitter. I saw it. I was the one that did the video. Open this container so that I can acknowledge it myself." They said, "No, this, that." I said, "There's no way I can acknowledge this as the container I brought because the color changed and you did not open the inside for me to see what is inside." So they took me back. As the process going inside, one little boy saw me and was like asking the mom, Mom, why is this uncle? His eyes, they even tied my eyes, they closed my eyes. There is this nose mask. Anytime I remember this blue nose mask they use in, but when I was coming, they used a black cloth to tie my eye. But this time, they gave me this nose mask to cover my eye so I won't be seeing their staffs. And this chain on my hand, and this other long chain on my leg, where you can be walking like crocodile. Went back before that boy, and they didn't even know the kind of trauma they caused that little boy seeing somebody tied like that. The mother told him, "Can't you mind your business and leave?" Now I'm coming bit by bit. Now I've put our leader into temptation to really know if this man is out for business. For all this while, the man have never disappointed. I come to a conclusion. The day I came to a conclusion that this man is really a godsend was this same my uncle. That was the first time he called me and said, "My son, all my phone calls and this and that. You can't even talk to me. What is happening?" I said, "I've been so busy. This man, there's this Biafra." He said, "Hey, leave this here, Biafra. Was it not this same thing was indicated to us?" I said, "But sir, this guy, I'm still looking at him. But this guy." He said, "What is his name? Get one here." I told him his name. He said I should wait. This guy came out and held me and screamed. There's something I'm going to say here, but I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to offend our entire leader, but there's something the man said that day. I've not said it before, but I have to say it now. He said, "Odumegu is a military man. He used his father's money to fight for Biafra. He's a strong man. But this man shoe, Odumegu legs cannot enter." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "This man regurgitated the word that our leader uses in his book. He said, we are whiter than white and whiter than snow." This man said, "This man is too white. To my son, where did you see this man?" He said, "Are you sure this is an Igbo man?" I said, "Yes, it's an Igbo man." He said, "It's a lie. This man is too white." He said, "The type of spirit with this man that you have never seen a man like this, that this is not a human being." I was like, yeah. Because our leader, if I'm with him, I don't, if you look at the table, anytime they see him, they start, prostrating. And look at those people that prostrated in front of our leaders are those who are talking trash, talking from their armies today. because they want to gain relevancy. They need position. They lie down on the floor. They kiss his foot only to turn back. Hail him and give him names, all sorts of names. At the end of the day, they will come back and betray him. Now I'm coming. He said, but there is a problem. I said, what is the problem? He said, please, can you bring it to me? That the Nigerian government is over him. I said, sir, this man will agree come on. He said, yeah, I have seen it. That the man is too strong. He said, but this man, nothing to do more. Nothing man go feed this man. No. I was like, okay, I'm still watching. That was the day I pinched myself. I looked at my uncle because I was like, this man, what is behind this man? Because I've done a lot of series of tests. You know, even this broker he does them. You know, those days he used to do morning and night broadcast. I put him to test. I said, sir. He said, Bryce, can you drive fast? Let's drive fast. I need to. Does it mean the throttle can no longer move? Have you fired the throttle to the... Because he said, I'm going against my time. Look at what says the time. People are going to say, sir, if you don't broadcast today, does it mean you will not broadcast tomorrow morning? You said, it's like you are mad. Do you know how many people are waiting for me now? Our people want me to talk to them now, and you're here talking nonsense. I said, sir, but at least you can just say, Satan, get behind me. That was when I knew how serious this man was. I said, just only to talk to our people, that this man is as serious as this. I pinched myself. He thought I was trying to, but he didn't know I wanted to score a small point. I followed our leader to an extent that even when I was in detention, a DSS officer told me that, look at somebody you're here dying for. He's doing that, he's doing that, he's doing that. He's even contesting election now. I said, I told him, if you keep me for 20 years, I will tell you what the man is doing now. I didn't even know this man is causing, igniting fire everywhere, going from places to places with protest. I didn't know. Because we are incommunicado. They wanted to say one or two things that will make me to say, so this man is here, keeping me here. Then I will go and bear witness against me in the court. Because that's what they wanted me to do. I said, if you keep me for 20 years, I'll tell you what the man is doing. Because I've been able to study this man. Let me tell you something that will shock you now. There is a level of trust a leader gave to me that even me, myself, become afraid. If I'm eating, let's say I dip my hand in my pockets. I'm eating something. And he's here. He will tell me, Bright, what are you eating? I say, sir, but he says, so you mean I'm here and you're eating this thing alone? Yeah, come on, open your hand. Open my back, so I open mine. He will pick that thing I'm eating and throw it in his mouth. I get shocked. If you see where we drag soup, open, in fact, when you like open, like open, good soup. They don't joke with our leader with good soup. Good soup, we were dragging soup. He said, so you mean this kind of fish was there? He didn't tell me. And what do you want to eat? Let me just leave that area. That's to tell you how humble it is. That's why I'm saying these things. They have never loved it over us when we were with him. Now let me come back to Uche Mefor. Uche Mefor was deputy leader of our leader even before I joined IPOB. He was part of the brain behind this struggle. So does it mean he was actually there to lure our leader to something or to tempt him? At the end of the day, I came to the conclusion that Uche Mefor don't even know who our leader is. When I realized that Uche Mefor is not what it was 2015, when Uche Mefor brought his lawyer friend, his classmate, Obeta, to represent our leader in his court case. These guys, he's joining today, Iroanya, Wananeni, Manamugochuku, all of them mentioned them, them. We are all against. I said, even the wife of our leader, our wife of our leader was heavily pregnant. Uche Mefor blocked her on the phone. This woman walked to Uche because I think they are living in different cities in different city in UK. This woman, heavily pregnant, depressed, went to Uche Mefor's house to meet Uche Mefor. Uche Mefor didn't come out to see this woman. 2016. This woman was crying everywhere, which before blocked it. I don't want this Obeta. Obeta is not worth it. Obeta wanted to leave. Obeta was advising Nigeria to be in DSS detention. One of people are telling him, go to prison. Prison is better, where you have access to people who come and visit you. They want to keep him incommunicado in a particular place whereby he can only be controlled by them without having access to people. To hear Sometimes they feed him with something, he won't hear the counter this because only the lawyer will have access to him. Uche Mefor insisted that Obeta with his son should be giving I think it's either 15 and 20 million at that time. These other guys were arguing and saying, no, we don't want this. We don't remove this man from. Everybody was quarreling. There was a series of meetings, underground meetings that was going on, begging this man to allow these things to be. This man said to Totoba. He blocked everybody, both Imam made everybody. Nobody was coming ready to talk. Then he used his machinery, Ojuku, that idiot. Ojuku was accusing me of eating 15 million naira. That doesn't even know how people is being run. Who gave me 15 million naira? Now, how did the story of 15 million naira come up? During the protest of blocking Bridge, Uche Mefor, this same Uche Mefor called me to say, we want to feed our people a little bit. I said, okay, it's a very good idea. But when we checked the whole thing amounted to only a square meal for 12 million naira. He said, we don't have such amount of money. The next one I had was, let's do protest. I was on the camera. Now, why did you see the 15 million naira? The same Uche feed him something, which was not true. Who gave the money? I told you that, I want to go on air. Let me go and counter what this man is saying. He said, Bright, are you the only one being accused? Who gave you money? Who was the person that gave you 15 million naira? From where? He said, please just allow them to be yapping. That was when they started planning on how to build a radio station to counter Uche. These guys were right from onset. I was part of them that was saying, Uche, remove this your friend. Because of I supported Iruanya and Co., Uche said Bright Chimeze is suspended. He said the announcement was Chidebere Omudiwe and Chidebere Omudiwe, General National Coordinator, and Bright Chimeze is hereby suspended. Chidebere is a national coordinator. Bright does not have a post. Bright was a common driver. No position. I was only saying things based on, just let me say, as an OYS member. I didn't have one single position. So there is no position attached to that name when he mentioned the name. They started meeting. Hong Kong people, they will do a Skype meeting and they will hide me on the ground. Uche will come sluggishly and start abusing everybody. I'm sure nobody is hidden here to say this or that. They will tell him, no, we are social to mention the name while I'm there. Skype doesn't show those who are in that meeting. Doesn't reveal it. This guy will be lying and lying, and when I want to come up with, they will say, please, promise us you're not going to say anything. Just, I want you to be listening. That was what Hong Kong people did, Europeans, some people in Europe, that's what they did. They brought me into their meetings to be listening to these idiots. This buffoon, somebody that does the program doesn't even move anybody. And I will impose them and tell them, what this guy is saying is not correct. This is how it is, this is how it is. They say, just hold on, we are going to bring you. Before you know it, the chairman will say, okay, Mazi, we want to bring him Bright Chimeze, let him come. He say, hey, I know it. That this guy have been here all the while. Immediately he will run out from the program. He doesn't even want to hear my voice. A man I can call for a year. He will send me a message for a year, whole year. He won't even look at it. Finally, he succeeded in suspending Iruanya and Co. and all. Any man, this man went and used his finger and picked the beards in his anus, picked it, so many of them, and chewed it and said, I cannot allow this to come back, to be here. If our leader comes back and brings this people back, I will leave. This same Uche Mefor that went and joined Iruanya and Co. From onset, these guys were right. Uche was the one that was wrong. And at the end of the day, I was arrested. I'm also going to talk about somebody, but that one is an inconsequential idiot. But I will talk about him. Because he doesn't even know where I'm going to talk about that idiot. I will mention his name later on. And immediately, all these things happened. The mistake they made was, don't open this radio. And they opened. That was the mistake Iruanya and Co. made. That made them to lose it out all. And Uche was happy that they are off. Today, Uche Mefor sacked Iruanya and Iruanya Omiomio or Ikenna, a very good man for that matter. Madam Ugochukwu and other ones. He sacked them. If maybe they kept quiet. But I know, or I have not seen Ikenna saying, but Iruanya is the one that's been ranting, talking all sort of nonsense, saying things he doesn't even know. That one is an idiot also. Iruanya, initially I used to respect him, but doesn't have any respect again on my own part. He's an idiot. talking trash. Bright Chimeze raped somebody, which is a story for another day. I've told him, if you know that what you're saying is correct, say it again. I'm going to give you an oath. Take it live on air and you die. Go and take that oath live on air. If you mention that rape case again, you will die. I don't like going to police. I will tell you, this is what you're going to say. Say it, that this thing you're saying is correct. You take this oath and you die. I don't believe in you take oath and you go back and you be talking nonsense. I'll give you an oath you take, no push and I call nonsense you go on. Men that talks more, even women self are more honorable than women are more respectable now than men. Now today, those people Iranya chased away, Uche Mefor, Uche Mefor chased away. Immediately he left. He went and be calling one of us, somebody I know. He go and went and be calling somebody I know, asking them for those people's number. And he didn't even know the person would be telling me. I know somebody. Somebody, he collected his number. He started, we need this one, we need this person, we need this person, I need to talk to Iranya, I need to talk to Rafa Wazirike, I need to talk to this one. After you chase them away. Now, let me tell you, if you love yourself, be careful with those guys because they're angry with you. That's the only advice I will give to you. Because you cannot destroy a man and at the end of the day, you went back to him after you might have destroyed him in a particular place and he came back to be in alliance with you. Nah, I don't forgive her. I don't forgive me personally. Uche, even personally, I see you personally. Well, it's just that, if not for God, that God gives somebody a soft mind. Give the alarm now. After suffering in IPOB, Gacha prison. Today I'm scamping. Just scamping from one place to another to make an ends meet. If I want to make money, I'll go and make it from prison there. I will make it from this. Like somebody, when I wrote about him in August last year, one idiot, Franklin, somebody was saying I was making money from prison. Let's Franklin come today to talk. That Franklin, when I raised alarm August last year about Uche Mefor, this thing that you should resign. Some idiots started talking nonsense. Franklin, come and write. Come and write again. Your favorite Uche Mefor is now out completely. I told you, hold on and watch out and see what is going to happen. I'm not going to say much. I only ask him to resign. If you know you don't want to be in IPOB, resign and stop giving out enemies information to talk about us. That's what I wrote. And the idiots started talking nonsense. I blocked a lot of them. Where is Iyerioba? Iyerioba, a small boy that talks nonsense from his mouth. Come and talk. See, look at Uche before you are supporting. Iyerioba, where are you? When I look at some of these people, I look at them. You jump from here to here, jump like frog. Now, Mari. When somebody says something, use your brain and look at it. Reason very well, because I cannot just come out and accuse somebody like a deputy leader of a struggle. Any day I try that, thunder will strike me because I've just seen it all. I'm from I'll come out and talk about Mazi. That he did what? A man that has all his secrets in the open. Then I come out there because I need a position. Then I'll come Mazi. Yeah, I saw Mazi here. He said this. Like that idiot that was recording voice. I'm going to talk about that idiot. His name is not even worth mentioning. That idiot name is not even mentioning my name. That's the reason why I can never make any post and mention his name. That guy is an idiot. It's an idiot. Now, let me hit the nail. The people you chased away from IPOB is the same people you went back to join to form an alliance. What does he say? What does he tell about you? Which means you don't have brain. Which Mefor, I thought you have brain. Even the level I thought you were before, I lost it out. I lost it out all. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now let me talk about somebody else. The more I go, the more I talk about these things. When it comes into my brain, I will talk about it. The person I'm talking about is George Oyibe. That idiot. That refrat. George Oyibe, I was the one our leader called from prison to say, ask Chidebere Onwudiwe to step down, to step aside, and allow new people to take over because they are looking for you guys. They are looking for you and Chidebere Onwudiwe. I said, and Chidebere was beside me. Now imagine that Chidebere was the national coordinator, and it was me, our leader, called to tell Chidebere, to give Chidebere such an order. How will you feel if maybe it was George Oyibe I gave such information? He will even fight. He will even stab me to death. Chidebere said, with all pleasure. Wow, that's good. So, only idea. Which idea is he talking about? I said, he said we should look for 3 persons. These 3 persons, bring them together, and out of these 3 persons, anyone that is active should be the national coordinator. He now told me of George Oyibe. I said, because this idiot, this another idiot called Ojukwu, that Ojukwu, somebody Ojukwu from Ifeanyi Ojukwu, that's his name, Ifeanyi Ojukwu, caused a lot of problem in Biafra. I'm also going to talk about him. We are going for reconciliation to reconcile people before we can just go. I said, that guy, he spoke very well. I think he will make a very good leader. I said, I didn't even know who you're talking about. He said, Bryce, you don't even look at people's face. I said, I was not even paying attention. It's okay, this evening you're going to see him on their executive meeting. I was not supposed to be part of it. But he said, I'll come because I like your inputs in things. We went there, and Chidebere Onwudiwe introduced George Oyibe to me. He said, this is the person I was talking to you about. This person. Him, I want us to hand over as the national coordinator. Then we'll now look for another person. So I saw a man called Dikibo from Okrika. I nominated that one. Chidebere now brought Osoro. There's one guy called Osoro. Okay, I think he's Idorian. One Apibon guy now brought Osoro. Osoro is a Panebita along at the Church Road. Dikibo is from Okrika. I didn't know his profession. 3 of them emerged. The day, and that was the first time I saw George. The second day I was supposed to see George because Chidebere now started having meetings with them. The second day I saw George Oyibe was the second day I saw George Oyibe was when I came back from detention. I only saw George twice. Twice. When I came back from detention, they came to visit me. Now Chidebere started going. I was supposed to be in that inauguration that day, but I came back from Lagos. There was a car our brother bought, so he asked me to go and take the car. To go and bring it. I went to bring the car, so I was so tired. So that day there was a prayer we went for. There's this prayer section we were praying because of our leader in Okrika. And I told you the prayer, tomorrow I'm not going to be out. Please, just allow me to rest. I want to rest. I'm tired. He said, but I want to go and inaugurate George tomorrow, George and Co tomorrow, so that you just rest, no problem. I said, I cannot. Do it yourself. You're the national coordinator. Go and do it. Chidebere said, please just assist me. You know, why are you running away from all this? And I said, you are the national coordinator. These things belongs to you. Which post do I have? He said, your input is important. That's the word Chidebere didn't do today. And that next morning, I told him I'm not coming out. Chidebere took my own personal car. And I took the other car to my house. I was sleeping. And something tapped me. Bright, wake up and return this car. I was like, He said, return this car. I woke up and my wife was like, where are you going? I thought you said you're not going anywhere today. I said, my body, I have this body, there's this body language that just entered me now. That I should return this car. He said, now wow. That was how I drove this car back to the owner, to Asaba. I was on a Head Bridge. Chidebere called me and said, where are you now? Let's go to the meeting. I said, Chidebere, I told you I'm not coming now. Besides, I'm in Onitsha now. I cannot come. He said, oh, these are the ways you do things. He did say, this issue one, now one for you. I said, Chidebere, carry on with your meeting. You are the national coordinator. You are the head. I'm nobody. He cut off the phone. That same day, Chidebere went for that inauguration of George Oyibe. Dikibo and Osoro was the day he was arrested. Sorry to say this. I'm not happy that Chimaobi died. But Chimaobi was so happy that Chidebere was arrested. Chimaobi went online and was, because then he was working with Ojukwu. He said the illegal Uche Mefor suspended him. He now said Iranya. Sorry, I was looking at what somebody wrote here, so I have this short memory. Uche Mefor suspended Chidebere. So Chimobi was happy that the illegal Biafran coordinator had been arrested. Chai, I was mad. I was in Asaba. It was Omeo that called me around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. was that Bright Chimeze has been arrested. Please. Before you know, our leader now called me and said, anywhere I live there and go to Akwa Ibom. That was how I was arrested in Akwa Ibom. Go to Akwa Ibom and stay where there is a safe ground. Because now, Ojukwu made it that the area is no longer safe. I'm not even afraid of the Nigerian government. I was not afraid of our fellow members punching hands to each other. That was the reason why our leader said, go to Akwa Ibom where we have a neutral ground and stay. That was the reason why I was arrested in Akwa Ibom. Today, George climbed from that platform. Asked him, say, no, it's Uche Mefor. Which Uche Mefor that made you? It was Bright. And Chidebere brought you to Bright to say this person, and I reported. Now, he climbed to where he is. I was happy for him. Now, people want to hear from a leader. There are people that sorry, come here. Why yourself? Why I'm all like boy on the phone? Why I know? The woman will wait. That our leader. Come on, you share my mama. You share my mama. Bugwe Lobi. Our leader will call George Oyibe. A call he made to you 3 years back, 2 years back. You were recording them, which means you are not real. You will be recording those voices to play them later on, which means you were not real. You were actually there to do something. So how can our leader, so as I am now, our leader called me. Do you know the type of insult, those days, the type of insult our leader against us is, if our leader don't like you, he won't even call you, he won't even scold you. So it's somebody that someone loves, he corrects. He only asks you, don't do this if you go on air. You record it and be playing it. The one was the voice, the call he made with Uche Mefor. Uche Mefor gave it to you. You published. That means you are not actually here for your freedom. You were here only to ridicule this man that have sacrificed so much to make sure we have the life. Today, our place is relatively peaceful. Sorry, our home is relatively peaceful because of the good work of Mazi Bright Chimeze. I can assure you that. The good work of Mazi Bright Chimeze. Now that idiot is ranting, saying he's going to pull down Mazi Bright Chimeze down. Let me tell you, watch it very well. Those who have tried it in the past, all of them, where are they today? Anybody that tries to pull our leader down, Mazi Bright Chimeze down, the spirit behind this man will bring you down. I have that same spirit. If you say Bright is your problem, that I am your problem, all your life, all your generation, your problems, that is, problem will overwhelm you. If someone wants to go, because I can never sleep in my house and start thinking about somebody. I sleep like a baby. I will just sleep. I don't, if you quarter here and I end here, that's how that man is. If you, our leader makes you now, give him 2 hours. There was a day who came back from Lagos. And, what do they call it? I came in late. So I slept in one small hotel. The hotel, the money I was having was so small. So I went and slept in a small hotel. I didn't know there are bed bugs in that hotel. So all the way we drove from Lagos back home. Immediately I came out to bring out his luggage. This man saw a bed bug on my clothes. Now that day, he saw bed bug on my clothes. If you see the reaction from our leader couldn't allow me to step my foot into his house. If we are to be you, most of you people here, most of you people even listen to me, my brother, you could have crucified this. That is, you could have even stabbed him. Our leader acted as if I was. Come. Even I hear him that day. Why? Gently. They opened the gate. I drove off. After 2 hours. I don't think it was up to 2 hours. He called me and said, "Oh boy, where are you now?" I said, "I'm Singapore." Yes, look at you now. Look at you. He said he's supposed to go and look for a good hotel to sleep in. He went and go and sleep in. Who knows the type of hotel he's slept in? I said, in fact, here, I'm the sponsor. Yes, come to that guy. Then go to Sagro. I used to cook for him. It was highly hilarious. The best thing that ever happened to Bright was meeting up and knowing Mazi Bright. Even when I got taken Mazi Bright. I got taken man only drink man for drink man and call drink man eke. Even when I got up ngozi. Onye wala tụnye nwu nsegbu nsegbu ga-ezu ya ahụ maka na-achọ ihe nke gị nwata ka na-achọ ihe ya onye ji ihe nwata wuli aka elu aka ji oge otu aka n'ala ebe ọ nwata gị na-ebe akwa na-atụ aka nne ga na ebe ahụ nna ya nọ ya ọchụ nwa ọkụkọ nwada nwa ọkụkọ nwa ọsọ. Look at the way he's shining. Can't you see our leader? Even it was like I said, woman now. I forgot as well our leader now. I mean, people should not mind me. Hey, it is funny. It's funny. So, back to business. Sorry, I'm tearing up because when I laugh hard like this, tears goes off my eyes. Our leader is a man to emulate. I'm not saying it for fear or favor or thereabout. Now, let me talk about this judge again. There is something DSS officer saw on my phone. The man marveled. The man was up. This is a man beating me up. The man marveled. Do you know what he saw? List of people that our leader was taking care of. List. He was in prison taking care of people. He was in prison releasing people from prison. Some of them was handled by me. And these things were kept on my phone. They list every month the money he pays to people, house rent. He runs in millions, 2-point-something million naira every month. Let me say, Ike Chukwugwa was arrested severally. We saw his wife deliver through pregnancy. She delivers house rent, school fees, monthly allowance of 50,000 naira every month to make sure that the woman don't lack. Now I asked the question: when George Oyibe and Co came to my house with 10,000 naira when I came back from detention, do you know the question I asked them? I said, my wife was standing there. I said, Madam, did these people came to visit you when I was in detention? They said no. I asked her, so are you telling me is this 10,000 naira my family has been eating since all this while? I said, it's a shame. I was doing it for people in other states. The state coordinator, even George Oyibe, the national Biafra land coordinator, couldn't came to my house to visit my family, to even look at. He knows my house. Yeah, he's not been to my house, but at least he knows who to ask to know to come to my house. He didn't do it. I said, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, but I know my family was well taken. Leader was in prison. He made sure that my family, that woman did not lack. That man, that our leader, he made sure he was paying their school fees. Let me tell you, I live in my own house. We're not paying house rent because our leader has been to my house severally. He pays their school fees. He gives them monthly allowance of, I think sometimes, my wife told me, I was shocked, 200,000 sometimes. I was like, are you joking? He said sometimes 200. Darlington was the one handling that particular issue. That Mazi Darlington was the one that was handling that particular case that time. Darlington made sure, he said, Darlington, make sure that this woman don't lack. Sometimes 100, sometimes also 50,000 from our leader to my family. I'm not saying I should not come and castigate him when he does anything wrong. Our leader, I've not seen him do anything wrong. Yeah, he can be strong-headed. If not for the way our leader is handling that by now, my basala, my big basa. If I could go basa, Uche Mefor was only happy because of the money they was paying him. Who among us was on salary? None. It's either maybe you were sent to do something and go and buy this. They give you transport. He got to a time no longer goes to work. Then our leader was not giving us upkeep to change our clothes and give us money to go and eat. It got to that time. It was that hard. It got to a time he started paying my children's school fees, even when I was not in detention. Because I was no longer going to work. I was either driving him or going for one errand or the other. Now somebody, one idiot somewhere, no one repent to. No one repent because the wrath of the anger of Elohim is upon you people. Because this man is not just an ordinary man. When they talk about your pastor, they say, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. The people, the anointed one, that man is anointed. Don't touch him. Only thing you do to him, you're on your own. Go and ask Nigerian government how far. After arresting this man, because I told DSS, I said, the only mistake, when they were interrogating, I said, the only mistake you people made was to arrest Martin Nnamdi Kanu. Because this man doesn't have failure in his dictionary. Or failure. If you see him keeping quiet, this man is cooking something. If you gossip him, see, he loves it even when you gossip about him. The more you gossip about him, sometimes those days, when Rita's crisis was on, he would say, Bright, is there any new gossip in town? And me then, I used to be way down with gossip. I said, sir, we just passed one gossip now. You want another one? You say, Bright, come. Let me tell you. Don't you know that when people are gossiping, that is where you can pick where you're making mistake or you're doing well. Because if you're not doing something, somebody will not gossip about you. So it's because you're doing something, they must talk about it. That was when he said, Nigerian papers must talk about us. Even when I wanted to travel abroad, those days, I had a connection to go to America to work, stay and work. It was a lady that stopped it. I wanted to sell my property then and leave. He said, 2014. I felt bad when he said that, and he said, you think we are doing Biafra for nothing? Don't worry, very soon you know, maybe people in abroad want to come back and you want to go to abroad, they'll stay. You don't know you're going there to suffer. Stay here, let's do this thing. I felt so bad that I said, oh. So this man no one make I travel abroad. I felt so bad. But it was not done on me when the whole thing was clear. I said, don't worry. In the nearest future, it will get clearer to your eyes. And I was paying attention. See, I'm good at waiting. If you ask me to wait here, I can wait here for 1 year. I was monitoring this man. I was looking at him. He got to a time and said, Uche Mefor don't even know who our leader is. That was what I understood because of what he did 2015. Now, let me not go too far. Let me try to stop it so far and also give a little word of advice to our people. Maybe next time I will continue. One IPOB, the struggle of Biafra. If you want to be here, forget about leadership. If you are asked to step down, one step or down, very easy. I can't do it more. I can't even be a coordinator. I can't even be a youth coordinator more. I cannot do it. I don't even know how to lead. I don't know how to lead people. I can't do it because I can easily get pissed off with certain things. And you're asking me to go and lead people. I don't know how to do it. So, one day, I loved one man. There's one of our brothers that called our leader some time ago. He said, I'm calling for so country, and we don't have IPOB family in this area. Our leader said, why can't you have a family? I want you to be a coordinator. The man now said, sir, please, one day, I don't have the charisma to be a coordinator. Hi! I held my head. I said, what a man. And that's exactly how it behaves. Our leader said, I love what you just said. He said, our leader advised, he said, just start up, and by the time you get somebody, you can switch over. That's exactly what our leader told him. Because when he hands leadership, I want other people to lead me, so I can sit at the background to criticize you very well. I'm a model shooter. I'm a Joe shooter. I'm not arrogant. I'm not a worker. If you're a coordinator, coordinate well. Stop playing against your a member or yes member like me. I know for a very long time I've not been to IPOB meetings because of our court case. I've not been to IPOB meeting since I came back from detention. And hence I got IPOB no. I'm not meeting because of our court case. Now, don't start planning against your coordinator because you want to become a coordinator. As you plan against a coordinator, somebody else is going to overthrow you. Most people are calling my name. Bright is Kaba. Bright is that. Bright is not even. Your leader is not somebody you go and gossip to. He doesn't listen to gossip. If you do that one time, he wants you. You do it another one again, he wants you. The next time, you won't get him again. If he calls him, he's going to block you completely. That's his warning. If you want to talk to a leader, talk to him with facts and figure. Present these facts. What killed George Oyibe was his voice note. That's what killed him. His voice notes in Anyoma Forum. Because people were complaining, George did. Our leader was saying, where is the proof? That was when it was done, our leader, when he said Anyoma is not able. do something, he will do something behind, and come to the front and will be shouting, Aiga Jayamma. Men lying from the anus. Change, oh, George, change, oh, change, if not, I don't know about it. This idiot called Ijele, that's what they called Ijele, that was saying Bright Chimeze run away. This next court date, he have run away, have run to Senegal. They cannot come the next court date. We went to court. That idiot wanted to start fraternizing with me. He was like, look at Bright Chimeze. I even know your street. I know your house in Port Harcourt. I didn't even act as if I saw somebody because he's an idiot. It was Ben that went to talk to him. Ben started advising him. I said, Ben, I can't talk to this idiot. He's a nobody. Because when a man is thinking from his values, I don't talk to you. I don't know how you feeling. I take side. I don't sit on the fence. Sitting on the fence is very dangerous. You don't sit on the fence. Declare your stand as a man. Yes, you just declare your stand. I even like him to declare his stand on that particular angle. So me too, I also declare my stand. I can't. Oh boy, follow your woman, follow. He was behind us. He was making videos. I didn't even talk to him. I didn't even ask to see somebody. He was like, Bright Chimeze, I like to fraternize with me. No, I don't need to give you my face. You have your ways you're following. Now, okay, after fraternizing with us in the last court date, he's still talking nonsense, writing trash. Why did the Nigerian government why have they not attacked us? Is because we are just soft spots. We are not a prime target. Their prime target is only the Mazi on the camera. If not, they said only the can run away. If you go to where a rat or rabbit is living, those who I agree very well. So when he wants to go and kill a rabbit on his hole, before you know, he used to have all this kind of Apian way. Is it how is it called? In Igbo language, translate here now. You will start getting angry. Okay, mfu is flute. Okay, flute. But that one is the one we used to boom like this. But it's flute. So if you go to Ewi's house to disturb in the afternoon, the Ewi will jump out. Rabbit does not run in the afternoon. There's a parable our people put up. They say the reason why lizard no longer has ear. What was the reason? They said mosquito said he went to his in-laws place to dig yam. That the yam he dug out from his in-laws place is as fat as his leg. My brother, look at mosquito's leg. And not knowing that he was talking to what they call it, squirrel. No, lizard. He was talking to lizard. That the yam he dug in his in-laws place is as fat as his leg. Now, lizard said, I cannot use this my ear to hear this kind of thing. This is my two ear to hear this kind of thing. Lizard used knife to cut off his two ears. Not knowing that squirrel is up there chewing palm nuts. So at the cost of seeing lizard bleeding from the ear, the squirrel smiled and laughed. The palm nut fell off from his mouth and he hit fowl on the head. You know, the fowl now ran with a dead eye and ran into rabbit hole. That was how rabbits came out in the afternoon. And the elder started asking fowl, rabbit, why did you run in the afternoon? He said it was a fowl that came to his house to disturb him this hot afternoon. They caught fowl. Fowl said it was a squirrel that stole him from up. They caught squirrel. Squirrel said it was lizard. He saw lizard bleeding from the ear. Then he started laughing. They now caught lizard. Lizard, what happened? That your ear is bleeding. He said it was mosquito. That said the yam he dug from his in-laws place is as fat as his leg. That was how, I didn't know if they were the one that made mosquito to be shrink like this. So what am I trying to say in essence? Because I'm going to cut off now, my battery is down. So Biafrans, heed to our leader's advice. If not for the way he is doing it, by now all of us, so all my Legu, will have been saying something, we've been singing another song now. But let's follow him to the logical conclusion, because he is leading us in the right direction. If you are saying somebody is betraying, this man is still doing the same thing he's doing. Asari is the de facto president, as he said, but he's here in Nigeria. Nobody is even perturbed about that. But our leader cannot even step his foot here. If he comes here, they will kill him. If they even know where to go and kill him, they will go and kill him. That's to tell you a man that is working. Those who are working are those. Nobody can be in peace with his enemy and living in the same territory and says he's working for their people's freedom. No. Every freedom fighter is either in exile, in the grave, or either in exile or in the grave. Known freedom fighter, none. A well-renowned freedom fighter that is back home. No. Down. Next time I'm going to come up again to finish this topic of Uche Mefor and co. I'm cut very short like this. Oga drawn in Namma. Oga dry in Namma nehi. Oga dry mana osoto oga dry mana bale. Onye wala son wana ewu nsebu ya. Nsebu gezi ya ho. Udo drawn nine. Mazi na likano. Oga dry na mma. Chukwu ka ba gozie gi. Jisike biko den jiji ko nekuo. O se biko ga akokola iwu iri a. Ejikuli iwe ko wo iwu iri a. Ekotukọ maka anyị ma. I will I can say on from we high most of us are degree holders. We are PhD holders. I don't even have PhD holder. He's not a PhD holder, but he's doing very. Look at what he's doing. Biko Mazi, no, I really appreciate the good work you are doing for Biafrans. I doff my space for you. Mazi, you take Iji. I can say I take Oji. Only me head him ma. Only me hear Anyaho. Chineke gozie gị okike gozie gị ọ ga-adị gị na mma biko diwe ya mama anyị nwụrụ papa anyị nwụrụ ọ ga-adị mma jisie ike n'ọrụ anyị na ọrụ anyị mụ Biafra niile ise